All right, hey everybody, it's Kevin Lampron and welcome to RoyaltyFunnels.com. And in this video, we are going to talk about the customizer settings. And first off, what we're going to do is we're going to set your theme first, and then we're going to go ahead and navigate to the customizing settings. So our first video, what we went ahead and talked about is how to set up your website or your site, the website that we're on right now. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about setting up your theme and your customizing defaulted settings. So the first thing that you want to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and hover to appearance. And when you're in Royalty Funnels, you're going to also notice that inside the themes that there's going to be a few themes that were in here, right? You're going to see a plethora of awesome themes that are inside here. But we're going to navigate right down to right here where it says Royalty Theme. And we're going to go ahead and activate that. You'll see two of them. There's Royalty 1 and then there's Royalty 2. But we're going to start off with Royalty 1. And so we're going to go ahead and activate that. And once that's activated, then the next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to see right here where it says Customize. We're going to go ahead and just click that button. And so we're going to go ahead and click Customize. And now what we're going to go ahead and do is you can see that we're on our training tutorial site as the one that we created in the last video. And so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to look at the different things that we can customize. So the first thing that we're going to look at is we're going to look at the presets. So we're going to go ahead and click on presets. And you're going to look and see that it says start selecting a preset for your theme. So if you click this drop down, you're going to see a bunch of different stuff right here, and you can actually go ahead and you can start selecting a preset. So if we went ahead and we did like a little mini squeeze right here, it would actually change the layout of what it would look like. And so as you can see how it changes the different colors and all that kind of stuff to it. Or you can go ahead and you could select midnight. And as you can see, it's actually changing the whole concept of what this is actually looking like, right? And so you can actually just basically go on what this is, you know, of what you want as a preset for your theme. So I mean, but you can actually change these single-handedly by doing whatever that you want. So I usually like to go ahead and go with the default. And not the default dark, but we'll just go with the normal default where that is. And that is the default right here. Because with the default, you could just go ahead and you could change everything on your own. So let's go ahead and go back and let's go to the general. And as we're on general, you're going to see that there's a layout right here. So we're going to go ahead and click layout. And you could check and decide whether you want this to be boxed or full width. Right now we have it as full width, so this could be the full width of the screen. If this is going to be boxed, it's going to be boxed in right here, and that's going to be for whatever pages that you're doing. So, but when you're doing the full width, you can actually select, you know, what size that you want here. So if I want 1920, it would actually load up, and then it would show you, you know, what it's going to be. So as you can see how it pressed over to the side, see how this is off to the side here instead of being right over in here. So before we had that at 1020, I believe. And so, so that's kind of where you want it to be, is back to where, you know, however that you want to have it and done the way that it is. You can have a scroll top to bottom. You can have that disabled or you can have that enabled. So if you enable that, what that's going to do is that's going to actually add scroll top to the bottom, but we can't do anything. And I believe the scroll top to the bottom will actually add this right here. What we're going to do now is you can actually change the background pick, or you can change the background pick, but you can also change the background color. So if I wanted to change the background to be red instead of the white, I could change that. And you'll see that red bar right down here. You can see that it'll actually change the background color of it. But we're going to go ahead and go back to default. There we go. Also, you'll see that there's the accent color, and we'll go ahead and click on this. Now, if I change this top one, let's go ahead and change this kind of orange color right here. You're going to notice that some of these links are going to change here. So as you can see, these links have changed, but if I hover over them, they go back to the blue color, right? So here's the hover color, which is blue. And so there, as soon as I hover over it, that's the color, right? But the link itself I have is orange. So depending upon what color that you really would like it to be, you could change it to whatever color that you want. So that's the kind of cool thing, is you could change it to whatever color, you know, whatever your heart desires. If you want to use your own little color code, I use you could probably see it in the top corner when I hover over it. You'll see it says Colorzilla right there. You can't see the app that I'm using, but I usually recommend everybody use Google Chrome. And if you go to the Chrome App Store for extensions, actually, there's 3 little dots over here, and if you click it, and if you go down to settings. Nope, that's not it. Where's my stuff? Oh, more tools right here. So if you go to more tools, you go to extensions, and then when you go there, you can actually go to the store from there, and then you can add it. And it's called Colorzilla, and when you get that, you can actually any color that you see on the here. I'll actually click it and see if you guys can see it. So right now, you see that little crosshair that I have right here? Anything that I hover over, see how it turns blue, right? See how this white right here will turn blue? It will actually grab that exact color. So if I click on it, it's going to actually take that color, see? And then I can come right over here and actually paste it, and then just click off to the side. Now it changes it to that blue. So, so you can pretty much do anything that you want with that and grab any color from any site, anywhere, and grab that color code. So it's actually pretty awesome. So, and then of course when you hover back over, it's going to go to this color. All right. So the next thing is that you can actually go to your headings. When you go to your headings, you can basically change the fonts. You'll see that there's the system font, and then you'll see that there's Google fonts, and there's like there's tons of them here. I mean, as you can see, there's just a ton of awesome Google fonts in here. I'll do a funny one so that you can see what a big difference that it is. What is it called? It's the Bangers one. We'll do that one really fast. So I'm going to do Bangers, and you'll see that the heading for it, it's going to change the font family, and you'll see the Bangers right here. As you'll see it change. There it is. See how it changed the font, and it changed all the headings for that. So basically, you could do whatever you want. You could change the weight on it. You can capitalize every letter. You can make them just regularize. You could lowercase them. You can do whatever you want. You can make the font size bigger. So if I wanted to make, instead of 36 and make it 50, I can make it 50. That's for the H1. You know, you could change this different size depending upon which ones they were. So I'll actually go back to 36. We'll go back out of this. You could do the text. You could change the text. So there's another one that I like. It's Montserrat right there. So I like this one. This is a pretty cool one. You could change it to that, and you'll see that the letters would change from here. So here's your letters now. So, and you could change the font size. So if you want to go to 14 to 20, you'll see how big that gets, right? So there's a lot of different things that you could do with it. You could change the text color from being gray to whatever color that you want. So if you want it to be green, you can change it to green, and now your text colors will be green. Pretty weird, right? I don't know if anyone wants a green text, but hey, you could change it to green text. So, or you can click the default, and it will go back to that gray default. Right? So, so the next thing is that you can go back out here, and you can go to your social links, and you can add all your social links that you have here. There's a ton of them here. You can even add an email here if you want. You can add a RSS feed. So if you have all of these here, you can actually add them here, and then you could put them in there. So it's pretty cool stuff. All right, so the next thing that you want to do, you'll come back out of here, you'll come back out of here, and then you'll go to the header section. Then you'll see that there's a top bar layout. So if you click on this, right now there is no top bar up here. But if I click it, you'll see that there I can add a column. And then you'll see right up here, it'll add a column to it. And there he is. You don't really see anything over here, so if I type something up here, I'll just put top column. So now you can see it, right? Right there, top column. Then you can also do a double column, and then you can, and when you do that, you can actually add text and social icons. So if I put text here, I could put text and social, right? So if I put social here, I'm only putting, well, I put a money sign there, but if you put social here, the social icons that you actually filled out will actually be up here. So you could say, hey, click one of my social icons to join me, or you can find me on whatever. If you just add Facebook, find me on Facebook, or whatever you want to put. So you can, I mean, so you can add your stuff here, right? So you could do that. You can come back over here. You can come where it says header layout. You can put where it's right now, the navigation's on the right. So you can come over here and put navigation on the bottom. So there's the navigations right here below it, and it has the phone number right here now too. So here's the content text, social icon. So now you can actually have your phone number right there. You can actually move it to the left. You can move it centered. So you could do it like that. So there's a lot of really awesome, cool things that you could do with it. You would just have to basically play with it. You can do an inline logo if you want. So you would just have to make sure that you add a logo to it. And so, I mean, you just have to kind of like I said, just kind of play with it, right? And then you could do your title stuff over here, and then you know, do stuff like that. So I actually liked that one over here. And then you can choose, you put your menu here and all that kind of stuff here. So we'll go ahead and leave that. We'll go to the header style, right? You can change the background header style color. You could change it to orange if you wanted to. I'm just doing this just for purposes or training purposes, because I definitely would not make it that color. Let's do this and make it like a gray. So there you go, like there. You probably want to change the text color, so you probably change that to white. And that changes that text over here. This would be your so this is a the blue. That's me hovering over it. Whoops. Oops, I didn't want to do all that. There you go. So as you can see, that's a link for the training tutorials. This will actually take me to this page because that's what it's on. You can enable background gradient if you wanted to. You can add a background image. You could do all kinds of crazy stuff with this. So here's the link color. This is a link, so you can change that link, so you can make that one white as well. There you go. And then as you can see, it does that. Yeah, so there's the header style. So we'll leave that one like that, so you can just kind of see what it looks like. Then the header logo, you can come in here and you can go ahead and change it from text to image. And when you do that, you can actually come in here and select an image. So if you select image right here, you can actually upload a new image, or you can upload a retina image, or you can do a fade in header image. You could do all kinds of crazy stuff with this. So what is it, navigation, you can do navigation search icon. If you want that search right here, you can keep that on, or you could change it into a hamburger icon. That is to turn this off when you're doing responsive nav tag or whatever. So when this gets smaller, if you have a menu here, you can have it as a hamburger icon, or you can have it just as menu buttons. All right, so because I don't have a menu, I haven't created a menu, so I can't really show you. All right. The next thing is we have navigation style. You have the sub menu, you have background color, you have, I mean, pretty much you could just go through this. This is pretty self-explanatory. I really don't have to go too much in depth of it. When you come back out here, you can go in content. There's a content background. There's the blog layout, right? You can do all of this stuff. You can put make sure the author is visible. You can do the date visible if you want. You can do the side display only for desktop, or you can do it always. You can pretty much do everything in this. You can change whether or not you want your WooCommerce to be different. So the royalty commerce that we have, you can have it set up a different way. You can do your archive layouts, your post layouts. You could change the footer stuff, right? You could change the style, whether or not you want it to parallax, the layout. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. Just go through this. I mean, on the widgets, you could check out the widgets. You can check all of this inside the dashboard as well. I don't want to go too far in depth of this, but you could do a lot of cool stuff with this. It's not really that hard. The code is the one big thing, though. I'll actually tell you about this one because there's a lot of people that when they're building their site, they want to either use Facebook Pixels, they want to use Google AdWords or Google Analytics, so any of those stuff. If you're using Facebook Pixels, if you're using AdWords, or if you're using if you want Google Analytics or anything, this header code right here, you just click on this and you paste it right here. You just paste the code right there, right? So whatever you have there, not this, of course, that's not the code, but you just paste it there and you're good to go, right? And then you got your code set up in there, and that's what you want. Settings, you got your home page settings, your identity. This is what I've already called it. If you want to change your tagline, you can change the tagline here. If you want to have the site icon change, you can change the site icon. There's a couple different things that you could do with this. You could change your you can create menu. I haven't created a menu yet, so you could change it. You could do a top bar menu, a header menu, footer menu, admin bar menu. So there's a bunch of different. You can name. Of course, you got to name the menu. But you could do all this stuff not just from in here, but you can also do it from. And I'm not going to save this. I'm just going to exit out of this. But you can also do that from inside here as well, right? So if you come over here and you go to the widgets area, you can change your widgets. I'll open this up in a new tab, and the menu, and you can open this, and I'll open this up in a new tab. So you can actually go inside here and you can change and mess around with your widgets here. And sometimes messing around with your widgets is probably a lot easier inside here, and I'll kind of go over that in a different video. And also menus is probably easier from here as well, and I'll go over that in another video. And then also your settings, I will go over that inside another video too, because you can also change your site title and tagline here, and you can also do your time zones and all that kind of stuff. And we'll go through, like I said, we'll go through everything that's in here in every video, so that way you'll be more familiar with what's going on with your royalty funnel site. So with that being said, that's all I got for you for the rest of the day. And so the next, what can we do next? Next one. I don't know what we're gonna do next one. I'll leave it to you for a surprise. So otherwise, with that being said, we're gonna see you in the next video.